Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate
Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtatrayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
So you seem to be driving, so you don't read or repeat, you just hear only. Don't look at the screen, you just see the road and safely drive.
Okay.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 15, Verse 12. Tejasata Bhagavan Yudhisulapanir Vismapitas Sagirichostram Adhanijam me Anye Pichahamamunaiva Kalevarena Prapto Mahendra Bhavane Mahadasanadham Yatte Jasata Bhagavan Yudhisulapanir Vishma Pithas Sagirichostram Sadanijam me Anye Pichahamamunaiva Kalevarena Prapto Mahendra Bhavane Mahadasanardam Yatte Jasata Bhagavan Yudhisulapanir Vishma Pithas Sagirichostram Madhanijam me Anye Pichahamamunaiva Kalevarena Prapto Mahendra Bhavane Mahadasanardam. Synonyms. Sunil Srivastav Prabhu, some sound is coming from your mic. काम चल रहा है क्या बगल में? Yet, by whose? Tejasa, by influence. Atha, at one time. Bhagavan, the personality of God, Lord Shiva. Yudhi, in the battle. Shulapani, one who has a trident in his hand. Vismapitha, astonished. Sagirija, along with the daughter of the Himalaya mountains. Astram, weapon. Adat, awarded. Nijam, of his own. Me, unto me. Anye api, so also others. Cha, and. Aham, myself. Amuna, by this. Eva, definitely. Kalevarena, by the body. Prapta, obtained. Maha Indra Bhavane, in the house of Indradev. Mahat, great. Asana Ardham, half elevated seat. Translation. It was by his influence only that in a fight I was able to astonish the personality of God Lord Shiva and his wife, the daughter of Mount Himalaya. Thus he, Lord Shiva, became pleased with me and awarded me his own weapon. Other demigods, like also delivered their respective weapons to me. And in addition, I was able to reach the heavenly planets in this present body and was allowed a half-elevated seat.
Also delivered their respective weapons to me, and in addition, I was able to reach the heavenly planets in his body.
I read the whole translation once, Krishna Chandra Prabhu.
It was by his influence only that in a fight I was able to astonish the personality of God, Lord Shiva, and his wife, the daughter of Mount Himalaya. Thus he, Lord Shiva, became pleased with me and awarded me his own weapon. Other demigods also delivered their respective weapons to me, and in addition, I was able to reach the heavenly planets in this present body and was allowed a half-elevated seat.
Perfect.
Purport. By the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, all the demigods, including Lord Shiva, were pleased with Arjuna. The idea is that one who is favored by Lord Shiva or any other demigod may not necessarily be favored by the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Ravana was certainly a great devotee of Lord Shiva, but he could not be saved from the wrath of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra. And there are many instances like that in the histories of the Puranas. But here is an instance where we can see that Lord Shiva became pleased even in the fight with Arjuna. The devotees of the Supreme Lord know how to respect the demigods, but the devotees of the demigods sometimes foolishly think that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is no greater than the demigods. By such a conception, one becomes an offender and ultimately meets with the same end as Ravana and others. The instances described by Arjuna during his friendly dealings with Lord Sri Krishna are instructive for all who may be convinced by the lessons that one can achieve all favors simply by pleasing the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, whereas the devotees or worshippers of the demigods may achieve only partial benefits, which are also perishable, just as the demigods themselves are. Another significance of the present verse is that Arjuna, by the grace of Lord Sri Krishna, was able to reach the heavenly planet even with the same body, and was honored by the heavenly demigod Indra, being seated with him half elevated. One can reach the heavenly planets by the pious acts recommended in the Shastras in the category of fruitive activities, and as stated in Bhagavad Gita 9.21. When the reactions of such pious acts are spent, the enjoyer is again degraded to this earthly planet. The moon is also on the level with the heavenly planets, and only persons who have performed virtues, only performing sacrifices, giving charity, and undergoing severe austerities can be allowed to enter into the heavenly planets after the duration of life of the body. Arjuna was allowed to enter into the heavenly planets in the same body simply by the grace of the Lord. Otherwise, it is not possible to do so. The present attempts to enter into the heavenly planets by the modern scientists will certainly prove futile, because such scientists are not on the level of Arjuna. They are ordinary human beings without any access of sacrifice, charity, or austerities. The material body is influenced by the three modes of material nature, namely goodness, passion, and ignorance. The present population is more or less influenced by the modes of passion and ignorance, and the symptoms for such influence are exhibited in their becoming very lusty and greedy. Such degraded fellows can hardly approach the higher planetary systems. Above the heavenly planets, there are many other planets also, which only those who are influenced by goodness can reach. In heavenly and other planets within the universe, the inhabitants are all highly intelligent, many more times than the human beings, and they are all pious in the higher and highest mode of goodness. They are all devotees of the Lord, and although their goodness is not unadulterated, still they are known as demigods, possessing the maximum amount of good qualities possible within the material world.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Mama Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Swamin Iti Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayine Gaurakata Dhamadhaya Nagara Grama Tarini Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadhe Paschatya Desatharine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hri Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama Hare Gopal Govindaram Sri Madhusudanam Gam Karoti Vachalam Pangulangai Giri Mektur Patam Sri Gurum Denatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Meshwaram. So Arjuna is feeling more and more pastimes of Lord Krishna, and he was remembering how Krishna has favored Arjuna in very, very different situations, and he met the persons whom a human being normally can't meet. He went to the places where human being cannot reach with his body. So many things he's remembering. He says it was by Krishna's influence only that in a fight I was able to astonish the personality of God, Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva and wife, nobody can win over them. And Arjuna has won them in such a way that the Krishna, Lord Shiva, became very pleased. And he has handed over his weapon to Arjuna by pleasing. And similarly, other demigods also, their respective weapon was given to Arjuna. And he was able to go to the heavenly planets also, and where he was allowed half elevated seat. So these are all it is, you cannot say that these are all achievement by Arjuna, because this is impossible by the human being according to the Vedic scriptures, also by Guru Sadhu Sastram. It is not possible for an ordinary living being, ordinary human being, even though he may be the best of the human beings, but he cannot do that. This is impossible things. And just because by his grace, Krishna's grace, it was all made possible. Otherwise, how it is possible that you can please Lord Shiva, be fighting with him and conquering Lord Shiva? It is quite impossible to even think of. But Arjuna did that. These are all a few things that is remembering one by one, the incidents in the sequence. Arjuna is remembering how wonderful it is. And Srila Prabhupada is giving us wonderful knowledge here in the purport that it is, if somebody is having the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then all the demigods, including Lord Shiva, will be pleased. So this is the fortunate position of all the ISKCON devotees who has accepted this particular Krishna consciousness in their life. All the demigods, including Lord Shiva, is pleased with them because Krishna is pleased with them. This is the beauty of it. But on the other hand, if somebody is pleasing demigod directly, trying to do some service to the demigod, they may please them only temporarily for first reason number one. Reason number two, they won't be able to please them to such an extent that the demigod would hand over their weapon to them. That is impossible. And they cannot please Lord Krishna in any way by simply serving a demigod for want of sense gratification. So that's like a business dealing. Like Ravana, he was a great devotee of Lord Shiva, but he was killed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And here Arjuna, who is a great devotee of Lord Krishna, he was given his own weapon by Lord Shiva. Just see the contradictory. So Krishna's devotee can achieve anything, anywhere, anytime, without any difficulty because Krishna is with them. Either Krishna or his representative is with them. And they have surrendered their entire life to Krishna or his representative as spiritual master. That's the difference. Or if someone surrenders completely to demigod, still he will meet death, maybe in the hands of Supreme Personality of Godhead also, or by anybody. The demigod will not protect them, but Krishna will protect because he's Bhakta Vatsala. He says, Name Bhakta Pranashyati. So that is Krishna. Krishna's devotee are always respected by the demigods, and Krishna's devotee knows how to respect demigods. Because Krishna's devotee will never defame the demigod, will never talk ill of demigod. They know their position of the demigod. Demigods are also a living entity, but much, much superior to human being in intelligence and beauty and capabilities and everything. But you can excel the demigod in one thing. What is that? Love for Krishna, devotion to Krishna, your devotional servile attitude. You can excel demigods. There is no other means that you can excel demigods. So by dint of your pure, unalloyed, loving, devotional service to Lord Sri Krishna, through his bona fide representative, the spiritual master, you can excel the demigods, and all the demigods, starting from Lord Shiva, everybody will be very pleased and everybody will be ready to offer you any help anytime. This is, proven here. On the other hand, like Ravana, if you would become a great devotee of greatest demigod like Lord Shiva also, you will not have any escape from the wrath of death. But a devotee of Krishna, as soon as he becomes the devotee of Krishna, he has already surpassed this threat of death. That's the beauty of it. So, the intelligent person, Yajantihi Sumedasha, will take up chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So going to this heavenly planet in the same body, or even he went to Vaikuntha, That is at all not a big thing at all for a devotee. There is nothing very big to a devotee, because devotee has accepted the biggest thing, that's pure and allied loving devotional service without expectation, anything in return. Just to serve Lord Krishna, chant his holy name. There are only 9 types of devotional service. Yesterday in Narsingha Chaturdasi, we heard from Srila Prabhupada's instruction to the students of demons, so that there are 9 devotional service and one should start practicing as young as possible. So this is the instruction of Srila Prahlad Maharaj, and one who practices that, what to speak of fear of death, they don't need anything from anybody, because Krishna will provide everything that they need, and he will protect everything that they have. Krishna says, promises in Bhagavad Gita, Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namashkuru. So those who are surrendered to Krishna by dint of that pure, uncontaminated, unalloyed devotional service, Krishna protects what they have and he provides what they need. You don't need to even ask Krishna that, please give me some money, I am in difficulty, or give me this, or give me that. Shame on us to ask such thing from Lord Krishna, underestimating Krishna's ability as if he doesn't know that I am in anxiety and I am in. Of course, in anxiety, we will not go to anybody but Krishna. That's a different thing. That approach is different than approaching like a pious man. No? So we don't go like a pious man to Krishna. So with love, we can exhibit, they can tell Krishna, thank you, Krishna, this is also your mercy by which I am placed in anxiety in such a way. I don't know, without remembering you, I would have been placed in even more hellish, situation than what I am in. So that is the devotee's attitude. So they pray also to Krishna, and whatever comes, they accept as Krishna's mercy. That is the, beautiful behavior of all the pure devotees. Any questions or comments or realizations? Anybody would like to share? Please do share with us. 5, 4, 3.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
में दिया है, कोई मनुष्य पुण्य कर्मों से स्वर्ग लोक पहुंच सकता है, जैसा कि सकाम कर्मों की श्रेणी में शास्त्रों का अभिमत है। जैसा कि भगवत गीता 9.21 में कहा गया है, जब ऐसे पुण्य कर्मों का फल छीन हो जाता है, तब भोक्ता को पुनः पृथ्वी लोक पर ला गिराया जाता है।
यस।
तो प्रभु जी, वहां स्वर्ग लोक में पहुंचने के लिए पुण्य कर्म करना चाहिए। ठीक है, पुण्य कर्म से वो स्वर्ग लोक पहुंच गया, तो फिर जो है उसको पृथ्वी पर तब भोक्ता को पुनः पृथ्वी पर लोक पर ला गिराया जाता है। ऐसा क्यों होता है?
बहुत ही अच्छा सवाल है प्रभु, बहुत ही अच्छा सवाल है, थैंक यू। वो क्या है, मान लो हमको अमेरिका में जाके एंजॉय करने का दिल है, तो हमें पहले बहुत ज्यादा पैसा कमाना चाहिए। बहुत पैसा कमा करके हम बैंक में जब्त करते हैं। जमा करने के बाद हम वीसा के लिए अप्लाई करते हैं, वो बैंक बैलेंस देखता है, और हम क्यों आते हैं वो देखता है। हम कहते हैं कि हम तो टूर आते हैं, हम एंजॉय करने के लिए जा रहे हैं, ये मेरे पास इतना पैसा है, तो वो वीसा दे करके आपको अंदर छोड़ देता है। और जैसे ही आपके पास पैसा खत्म हो जाता है, आप वहां नहीं रह सकते, आपको वापस तुरंत वापस आना पड़ेगा, फिर पैसा कमाना पड़ेगा। इसी तरह पायस एक्टिविटी, पुण्य कर्म की फल से आप स्वर्गलोक, अभी अमेरिका तो आप वीसा लेके जा सकते हैं, लेकिन स्वर्गलोक के लिए आपके पास ऐसे कोई वीसा नहीं जो आप इसी शरीर के साथ जा पाए। एक तो आपको पुण्य कर्म बहुत करना पड़ता है, उसके बाद आपको ये शरीर को त्याग करके मृत्यु को प्राप्त करना पड़ेगा। मृत्यु को उपरांत ही आप स्वर्गलोक में दूसरा शरीर लेंगे, जिस शरीर से वहां जी सकता है। जिस तरह पानी के अंदर जीना है तो मछली का शरीर को स्वीकार करना पड़ता है, और पृथ्वी के ऊपर जीना है तो मनुष्य का या किसी अन्य जंतु का आपको शरीर को स्वीकार करना पड़ता है। इसी तरह स्वर्गलोक में वास करना है तो उनकी जैसा उधर का शरीर को प्राप्त करने के लिए जन्म उधर लेना पड़ेगा, यानी कि जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि ये हर जगह है। तो इधर से अच्छा है, जिस तरह अमेरिका जो है उधर भी यही है, सब प्रॉब्लम है, सब कुछ है, लेकिन इधर से अच्छा है एंजॉय करने के लिए भौतिक में, इसलिए उधर जाते हैं, पूरा पैसा खर्च हो जाता है, वापस आके काम करते पैसा कमाते। इसी तरह हमको स्वर्गलोक जाने के बाद कितना पुण्य आपने कमाया है उतना साल आप उस पुण्य को खर्च कर सकते हैं वहां पर, जो बैंक बैलेंस की तरह है। वहां पर आप एंजॉय करिए, जैसे ही आपका बैंक बैलेंस खत्म हो जाता है, जैसे ही आपका विसा का टाइम खत्म हो जाता है, यानी आपके पास पैसा खत्म हो गया, तो उधर से आपको उधर का मृत्यु को आप प्राप्त करेंगे, वहां फिर मरेंगे। मरने के बाद बारिश के जरिए ये आत्मा जो है ट्रैवल करके ये पृथ्वी पे आता है। पृथ्वी पे आने के बाद वो किसी खेती में गिरेगा, उस खेती में फसल जब आएगा, जिस तरह गेहूं और चावल का जो फसल है, उस चावल के अंदर वो आत्मा घुसेगा। उसके बाद उस चावल को कोई कहीं पकाएगा, उसके बाद उसको कोई मर्द खाएगा, फिर उसका सीमन के अंदर ये जाएगा, फिर उसकी बीबी के जरिए ये अपने दूसरे जन्म को, ह्यूमन बीइंग इंसान का जन्म को फिर से वो प्राप्त करेगा। उसके बाद फिर से उसको ये पुण्य कर्म को करने का अवसर मिलेगा, फिर पुण्य कर्म करना पड़ता है। ये इतना डिफिकल्ट है, और इसके बाद भी उसको कोई मोक्ष तो है ही नहीं, ये बतलाया गया यहाँ।
धन्यवाद प्रभु। लेकिन नीचे दिया गया अर्जुन को उसी शरीर में स्वर्ग में प्रविष्ट होने दिया गया जो केवल भगवत कृपा का प्रसाद था, अन्यथा ऐसा होना संभव नहीं है। तो अर्जुन उसी शरीर में स्वर्ग में प्रविष्ट हुआ।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, कृष्ण भगवान का भक्त को कोई भी कुछ भी वो कर सकता है, जो संभव है ही नहीं उसको असंभव को संभव करने वाला है भगवान कृष्ण या उनका प्रतिनिधि। उनसे जो असंभव है वो संभव होता। पंगुन लंगाए ते गिरिम यत्कृपा तमहम वंदे श्री गुरुम दीनतारिणाम। कृष्ण भगवान या उनका जो प्रतिनिधि हैं, जो स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर्स, आध्यात्मिक गुरु महाराज वगैरह हैं, उनको इतनी शक्ति है कि जो असंभव है उसे संभव करना उनके लिए कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है। तो इस तरह कृष्ण जो है अर्जुन का गुरु भी था और दोस्त भी था, इसलिए कृष्ण भगवान का कृपा से अर्जुन उसी शरीर को बिना त्याग के वो स्वर्गलोक में जा पाया, जाके वापस भी आया। स्वर्गलोक तक क्या, वो तो उधर भी गया, भगवान विष्णु के पास भी जाके आया, भगवान कृष्ण के साथ वो ट्रैवल करके। सो कृष्ण भक्त के लिए कोई चीज असंभव नहीं है। कृष्ण भक्त के लिए किसी चीज को प्राप्त करना है, कहीं जाना है, तो उसके लिए कोई पुण्य कार्य करने की आवश्यकता है ही नहीं। यही हम पर सिद्ध होता है। अर्जुन ने कोई पुण्य कार्य नहीं किया, अर्जुन ने केवल भक्ति किया। जो पुण्य कार्य करता है वो भी इस शरीर के साथ नहीं जा पाएंगे, लेकिन जो भक्ति करता है वो कहीं भी कैसे भी जा सकता है। जैसा नारद मुनि हुआ, कहीं भी कैसे भी जाएगा, कभी भी जाएगा। वो कोई पुण्य कार्य थोड़ी किया, उन्होंने केवल भक्ति किया। इसी तरह अर्जुन ने भी भक्ति किया। तो जो कृष्ण भक्ति में स्थित है उनके लिए कोई चीज ऐसे नहीं है जो असंभव हो या असाधारण हो।
धन्यवाद प्रभु।
थैंक यू, बहुत ही अच्छा सवाल है प्रभु, थैंक यू वेरी मच। एनीबॉडी एल्स? 5 4 3 2 1 0. Thank you very much for the association. We will resume our Srimad Bhagavatam class on Monday night at 8 o'clock. Till then, Grandra Srimad Bhagavatam की जय, पवन श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय, वैष्णव प्रणाम। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री गुरु महाराज की जय।